Well, devastation from the LA fires has hit home for two long-standing sports announcers here in Los Angeles. Kings and Angels broadcaster Patrick O'Neill lost his family's Malibu home on the beach. Rams public address announcer Sam Lagana's Pacific Palisades home is still standing, but there's devastation all around his neighborhood. Both showed our Jill Penner Lopez around the destruction and talked about how their work in sports is helping them move forward.
This is what we would wake up to in the mornings. And it's such a quiet beach, right? Tatum, Griffin, me, Redmond, 4 kids, grew up in this house. And so, you know, we're all heartbroken. This house meant so much to us.
One man's home in Malibu is gone, devastated by the Palisades fire. Another man's home in Pacific Palisades is still standing. They're both bonded by a tragedy, but strengthened by the sports community here.
We love our sports, right? And it does help bring people together. When Adrian Kempe scored that game winner in overtime, and, you know, we got Jim Fox crying on the air, you know, that's when this emotion hit me and I started to cry. I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying over Adrian Kempe's game winning goal in overtime. Like, come on now. But yeah, stuff like this, it's just overwhelming.
Kings broadcaster Patrick O'Neill sifts through the rubble that carries wonderful memories from the house his dad, the late actor Ryan O'Neill, bought in 1971.
Man, there was so much joy and love and fun here. Like, tremendous. I met Steve McQueen in this house. Van Morrison walked up the steps here and passed me.
A-listers came here, as did family and friends. Patrick enjoyed walks along the beach with his dad and their dogs, Mozart and Raven.
My dad died 13 months to the day of the fire. And so it's kind of like reliving his death all over again in a way, or just the grief of it, because my dad, he died in this house. He loved this house.
O'Neill is ready to get back to work for the Kings, an escape from his pain.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it, you know. That's the people I work with, you know how it is, right? It's our family, too. And then they're just so supportive, and I love my job. Yeah, so I think I need it for sure.
You know, it's my little humble little yellow house that our family has raised our kids in, and everybody goes through it, and it's hard, but I mean, this area means a lot to a lot of people over a long period of time, not just me, and right. I feel for them.
Sam Lagana, the Rams public address announcer, has lived in the Palisades his entire life. He stood here for hours while residents were fleeing the area to help firefighters and neighbors. His efforts surely saved his house. Many of his neighbors' homes and Marquez Elementary burned.
We were standing in the street with police from other communities that were finally arriving, and the fire trucks arriving, trying to help them as to, okay, the fire is actually up this street. We would spot fire, we'd pull water out of it, and a couple of neighbors were helping, and the CD11 people were helping.
Good. And you're doing that with your garden hose? The
garden hose, and then a bucket, and from my jacuzzi.
Lagana traveled with the Rams to Arizona, where the Rams beat the Vikings in a playoff game on Monday. Lagana's booming voice was throughout the stadium and made fans feel like they were at home in LA.
To be able to share the spirit of LA together and show the fight. I was honored to be a part of it.
And while the community will get to work to rebuild hearts and homes, sports will help O'Neill and Lagana stay strong.
Still to come.